motherhood is beautiful, it is also messy and hard. We celebrate the joy of a newborn. We often whisper about the rest. The exhaustion is real. The self-doubt is crippling. We love our children fiercely. We also lose ourselves in their needs. The days blurred together, each one indistinguishable from the last. It felt like I was living in a loop where time had no meaning. The calendar on the wall was a constant reminder of how quickly the days were passing, yet each one felt endless. Sleep was a distant memory, a luxury I could no longer afford. Nights were spent awake, either tending to my baby or lying in bed, my mind racing with worries and to-do lists. The early morning hours became my new normal, a time when the world was quiet, but my thoughts were loud. Each day felt like a year dragging on with the weight of exhaustion. The clock seemed to mock me, its hands moving too slowly, yet the days slipped away too quickly. I was caught in a paradox of time, where every moment was both fleeting and interminable. I was drowning in diapers and demands, overwhelmed by the constant needs of my child. The house was a battlefield of toys and baby supplies, each task a mountain to climb. Multitasking became my survival strategy, but it left me feeling scattered and incomplete. My own needs were a distant whisper, barely audible over the cries and demands of my baby. Simple acts of self-care, like taking a shower or eating a meal, became rare luxuries. I often found myself sitting on the floor, surrounded by toys, feeling utterly defeated. I loved my child beyond measure, with a depth of emotion I had never known before. Every hug, every tender moment, every kiss on the forehead was a reminder of the profound bond we shared. My love for my child was the one constant in the chaos. Yet, I felt like I was disappearing. Who was I now? The woman in the old photos seemed like a stranger, a distant memory of who I used to be. Staring at my reflection, I struggled to recognize the person I had become. In the quiet moments, I wondered if I would ever find myself again. The world saw a happy mother, always smiling and cheerful. But inside, I was crumbling, hiding my struggles behind a brave face. In public, I played the role of the perfect mother. But in private, I often broke down, overwhelmed by the weight of my responsibilities. The pressure to be perfect was immense. The guilt was suffocating. I devoured parenting books, desperate for guidance, but they only added to my stress. The house was never clean enough, my efforts never good enough. Every interaction with my child was tinged with the fear of failing. I felt like I was failing at the most important job in the world. The tears came often, a silent testament to my struggles. Holding my baby, I wondered if I was enough. The sadness in my eyes reflected the depth of my fears and the weight of my love. One day, I looked in the mirror. It was a moment that felt like an eternity, as if time had slowed down just for me to take a good, hard look at myself. I barely recognized the reflection staring back. The person I saw was a shadow of who I used to be, worn out and weary from the daily grind. When did I last shower? When did I last laugh? These questions echoed in my mind, highlighting how much I had neglected myself. Something had to change. I deserved better. I needed to reclaim my life, my joy, and my sense of self-worth. My child deserved better. That was my turning point. I realized that in order to be the best parent I could be, I had to start with myself. I realized I couldn't pour from an empty cup. My energy, my love, my patience, they were all running on empty. I needed to take care of myself to take care of my child. Self-care wasn't just a luxury. It was a necessity for both of us. It wouldn't be selfish. It would be an act of survival. I started small, taking a few minutes each day to breathe, to reflect, to find moments of peace amidst the chaos. Gradually, those small moments grew. I began to rediscover the things that brought me joy, like walking in the park or savoring a quiet cup of tea. I reconnected with friends, joined community events, and allowed myself to laugh again. Each step was a victory, a reclaiming of my life. And as I grew stronger, so did my bond with my child. We shared more smiles, more laughter, and more love. It was a journey worth taking. I started small, a walk alone, a hot bath, a phone call with a friend. Slowly, I carved out moments for myself. I remembered who I was outside of mom. I rediscovered my passions. It wasn't easy. There were setbacks and tears. But I learned to ask for help. I learned to forgive myself. I learned that self-care wasn't a luxury. It was a necessity. To all the mothers struggling in silence, you are not alone. Your feelings are valid. Your struggles are real. Reach out for help. Embrace imperfection. Remember, it's okay to ask for support. There is strength in vulnerability, and there's power in sharing your story. You are part of a community that understands and cares. You are stronger than you think. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome, adds to your strength. Believe in your resilience. Trust in your ability to rise above. You have an inner strength that is unbreakable, even when you feel at your weakest. Motherhood is a journey of transformation. It changes you in ways you never imagined. It's a path filled with highs and lows, joy and sorrow, growth and learning. Each moment, each experience shapes you into a new version of yourself. Embrace this transformation with an open heart. It's okay to grieve the loss of your old self. It's natural to miss the person you were before motherhood. Allow yourself to feel this grief. It's a part of the healing process. Reflect on your journey, honor your past, and give yourself permission to mourn. It's okay to struggle to find your new normal. Adjusting to the demands of motherhood can be overwhelming. It's a process that takes time. Be patient with yourself. Understand that it's a journey, not a destination. You are doing your best, and that is enough. In the messy, chaotic beauty of it all, you will find yourself again. Amidst the chaos, there is joy. In the mess, there is love. Embrace the imperfections and find beauty in the everyday moments. These are the moments that define your journey. Stronger, braver, and more resilient than before. You are evolving, growing, and becoming the best version of yourself. Celebrate your strength, honor your journey, and know that you are an incredible mother. Your resilience is your superpower.